Are you good?
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet.
Oh, I think we're live. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AKP Sports Talk. As always, I'm Ari here with Korea. We both had a nice day yesterday. We'll get into our recap from yesterday. A nice 3-0 day for you, including a legacy first five over in the A's game that I think went over in the bottom of the fifth. And then two pretty easy wins. Your other two plays. What did you take away from your 3-0 day?
I mean, I forgot my broom. That's the one thing I was like, I forgot my broom. But nice 3-0 day, obviously. First, the Nationals. I don't know why they were plus money. I knew they were going to win, obviously, that game. We talked about the bullpen. The bullpen was the reason they pretty much won that game. It was a 4-2 ball game. So it was, a little bit out of reach, I wouldn't say. The Nationals had a 2-run lead heading into the seventh inning, and then they kind of expanded on it. So, that was kind of the reason why like I said, the Marlins bullpen was going to be the reason for that loss, and that was the exact reason. So nice to see a plus money play for us, cash there. The Reds' first five, that was sweat free. That was nice to see. The full game as well, cash for you, but first five, that was nice to see. Just getting good after the first 5 innings, and Nick Lodolo was cooking. He definitely got through out of some jams throughout that first five, but the Reds, nice to see Elly De La Cruz kind of help that Reds' first five, just kind of getting to an early lead, and they expanded on throughout that first five, leading by three. So that was nice to see as well. And then, I thought I was about to call that sweep dead as well, and with the Pirates and A's for the first five over 4.5, and then all of a sudden, thank God, the A's offense woke up. They put up, I think they had a couple runs in the fourth to make it at four, and then we needed two more runs, and they got those last two in the bottom of the fifth to get that first five over 4.5 for us, which was a little bit sweaty, but it was definitely a good winner for us right there. Just kind of fading Bailey Falter, and I was kind of backing more of these offenses. These offenses have kind of been cooking as of recently. The A's definitely more so. With how many games they've had been winning just because of their offense as of recent, as well as their bullpen being top 10 in the country right now. So definitely nice to see a 3-0 day. Sweep on the boards. We're definitely going to keep continuing those sweeps. As hopefully we get through the week. But nice to start off the week on a nice 3-0 sweep. But Ari, I know I got the sweep, and I'm pretty sure you did too, right? Where's your broom?
Yeah, 2-0 day for me. Like you said, the Reds, both first five and full game was pretty much sweat free both ways. And then we got, Dodgers took a 6-1 lead. Paxton got into some trouble in the fifth after he only gave one the first four. But I mean, 5 innings, 4 runs, you'll take, from him with how, with what the Dodgers can do. They didn't really get to Henry too much. I think he only went 4 innings, 2 runs, but they chased him early enough to where they got to the middle of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. I think it was like basically right as soon as he left the game is when they scored, is when they broke the game open. And then the Diamondbacks cut it to 6-4 in the bottom of the fifth, but then they got nothing the rest of the game after that. So yeah, nice 5-0 day for the two of us combined.
Exactly. This is the kind of day we've been hoping for, and we're so glad we've been waiting for it and finally got it. 5-0 day. We're gonna hope to keep these 5-0 days continuing for you guys. Obviously, just as a little thank you and appreciation. As we just keep try to get the momentum turning over here. But obviously today, Tuesday, it's crazy. The last day of April, right? Isn't it so weird, right? And what's kind of weird? I got something different today. We got two plays today, and I know you see that second one. I'm going to get into that one, but we're going to get into this first one here. We're taking the Tigers first five money line, and remember, this is a doubleheader. They have one at 12. They have one earlier today, which starts in about a couple hours. We're taking game two, first five money line here. There's no lines out yet, obviously, just because no lineups and whatnot. But I'm just backing the pitchers here and first five money line. I don't have an odd right now, but this is for game two. And the reason we're backing the Tigers through the first five is we're fading Steven Matz. Steven Matz on the road is not great, especially the Tigers, who can hit lefties pretty well at home. And then even though they have Matt Manning on the mound and the Cardinals do know how to hit righties, the Cardinals offense, has kind of been hit or miss. And I already know they're kind of trot out their better lineup for this first game, because the pitching matchup for the first game is Kyle Gibson and Jack Flaherty. And that's screaming over in terms of, the runs that are going to be contributed in that game. And I was looking at that game, and I was trying to see what a great lean was for that first game. but I couldn't really think of anything just because of the fact that, Kyle Gibson, he pretty much is a turkey tosser, but the Dodgers can't really hit righties that well. And, we look at the other side with, the Cardinals and how they hit righties pretty well, but at the same time on the road, their offense is a little shaky. So I was just staying away from that first game. I knew they were playing the second game, and I was waiting for a good matchup. And I'm just back in the Tigers offense through 5 innings to get against Steven Matz, because I think Steven Matz, obviously the walk guy that he is, he loves giving up walks. He also loves giving up free base runners. He is more of a pitch to contact guy, and I think this Tigers team, even though they won't have their strongest lineup potentially, we don't know what lineup they're going to have, for that game 2 yet. I still believe that first 5, I think they'll be able to get Steven Matz, out of that first 5, because, I don't think that even though Kyle Gibson, does, have some not the greatest splits from his time in Minnesota against this Tigers team, I still feel like he is one of the better pitchers in that Cardinals rotation this year in terms of how the Cardinals have really been quietly impressive in terms of their pitching rotation. So I'm just going to take the Tigers through the first 5 in game 2. That game starts, I believe, I don't know when exactly. I think it starts a few hours after the first game. So you may want to tune in to that first game. Make sure, when around that time game ends, make sure you go find that first 5 money line for game 2 for the Tigers. I don't know what the current line is now, but I think we'll have obviously a line as the game gets closer and, as the lineups do come out potentially for game 2. So that's one of my picks there, man. We're gonna go to the UEFA Champions League, people. We're going back to soccer. I know, Korea. Where are the soccer plays? You were doing so good on the soccer plays. I know. Don't worry, we're coming back now that we're finally. I know it's kind of weird that I'm coming back as the season's ending, which is very strange. But we're taking Real Madrid here. Winner draw. That's -160 on DraftKings right now. This game starts pretty soon, so you may want to. Well, not pretty soon. I'd say about a couple hours, but I definitely would get this in obviously sooner rather than later. But I know it's a little bit high price, but these soccer prices, when you get a price like this is actually a really good price. And we're talking about Real Madrid here, one of the best teams in all of Europe. Their lineup today is kind of screaming a draw. Bayern Munich at home have been really, really great, but the thing is that this rivalry goes back all the way back to the mid 2000s, with the same guys, some of the same guys in terms of Neuer and, as their goalkeeper and whatnot for Real Madrid. You look at, for Bayern Munich, when you look at Real Madrid, and with the squad that they have with Jude Bellingham, with Vinny, with Rodrigo and all those guys, they play very good defense under Ancelotti, and, whether it's away or home. And obviously this is the first leg at Bayern. So I just think I think Real Madrid get a winner draw here. I'm just going to I'm backing more the fact that this game is going to be low scoring probably. The odds makers are saying that Real Madrid are pretty heavy favorites to advance. So that's why I'm more backing Real Madrid today. Just taking in the winner draw at -160. I think you're getting it at a good price. If the odd makers are kind of saying that, Real Madrid is probably going to advance to the UEFA Champions League final, then that means they're probably going to at least get a draw here, maybe not lose. So that's why I'm taking Real Madrid, just the winner draw here at -160. Obviously Bayern are the heavy favorites at home, but they have lost at home at some times, and Real Madrid are in really good form right now. And I don't think they've really conceded, whether it's or not, they have conceded, but whether it's going home or away, they haven't lost they haven't lost in a really long time, especially in European competition. And so you're getting a good price at -160 here, for a team that I honestly think is probably going to be the all-out favorite to win the UEFA Champions League final at this point, after they beat Man City in the quarterfinals last round. So I'm just taking those 2 plays today. The Tigers on the first 5 in game 2 tonight. Obviously we have no line yet because it's game 2, but just fading Steven Matz, one of the worst pitchers of that Cardinal staff, on the road. And the Cardinals, and the Tigers do hit lefties a lot more considerable than they hit righties at home. And then, we look at Real Madrid, obviously in great form right now. Their lineup is screaming, at least get the winner draw on the road, obviously. And the bookmakers are kind of saying the same thing before they go back home to Madrid for leg 2 next week. So I'm taking Real Madrid just to get the winner draw today at -160. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I liked both teams to score, but both teams to score was already at -205, and that was just way too high for me, unless I really like something to parlay with it. But unfortunately, there's no other game today. But I'm just going to take Real Madrid, the winner draw at -160. Those are my 2 plays today. I know a little something different, but I like to switch it up for you a couple times. Ari, what have you cooked up on the last day of April? What do you like on this Tuesday?
Yeah, I have one MLB, one NBA play, going back to the play that didn't work last time with Cortez against the A's, I think he was like either 7 up, 7 down, or 8 up, 8 down before a home run was hit. I wanted to back Logan Webb in some fashion against the Red Sox, and I considered the Giants just ML at -130, but their lineup is a little bit just tough to trust at times. And Cooper Criswell has been pretty good so far this season for the Red Sox, so I'm just hoping for nine down and just 3 scoreless from Logan Webb at the start of the game against the Red Sox. The current hitters for Boston are combined 6 for 38 in their career against Logan Webb with no home runs, no RBIs, no walks, nothing. Just I think 6 for 38. I think pretty much just 6 singles and 9 strikeouts. So I think Devers is over 6. O'Neill's 2 for 10. Yoshida's 0 for 3. Duran's 1 for 3. So not the biggest sample size. Obviously, they're in different leagues. So they're not going to have the most at bats against him, obviously. But what they've had against him has been all singles and nothing else. So just looking up for 3 scoreless from Logan Webb to start the game against Boston here today. And then going to the next Sixers series, which has probably been the best series, I'd say, in round 1 so far, most competitive. Or at least you can argue Clippers and Mavs, obviously, but I don't know. I think Knicks, in terms of physicality, I think Knicks Sixers has been the best. I think the Knicks do close it out today, but for this play, I'm just going for them to start off strong in front of their home crowd back in MSG, first half -2. Again, I think that they do win, but I think they're -4.5 full game. I could see them winning by just a few points. So I'm just going for them to just get off to a strong start in front of the home crowd. That the Knicks fans took over the Sixers arena for the most part, and that doesn't happen in MSG. It doesn't go the other way around. So obviously the crowd's going to be hyped. It's their first chance to win the series. I think I saw it since like the turn of the century. So obviously they've been waiting for this moment for a while at MSG, and I think they're going to get the job done today. But just going with the first half, start off strong in the first half, -2 today. So those 2 plays for me today.
I feel like it's cursed to take that first 3 under half a run. You took it the first time, and you mentioned, you were so close with Nestor Cortez. I took it the next day, and then Corbin, and then not even 2 outs into the game, and Shea Langoliers takes him and that was the only run for literally the whole game until the 9th inning. So that was just tough to see. So I hope finally we get a first 3 under half a run that cashes for us. That's a great look for you, as you mentioned. Even though with the limited attempts in terms of matchups, because this is interleague play. Logan Webb, one of the more dominant pitchers. You're taking the better pitcher in this spot to get through the lineup once without allowing a run. I think that finally can hit for us, hopefully this time around. And then you mentioned, the Knicks first half spread at -2. You're just kind of taking, the hotter team right now at home. The Knicks. We talk about how that game 4 was kind of maybe the changing of the tides, essentially. With how you mentioned how all the Knicks fans kind of took over Philly, which is something we've really never seen before like that in the NBA like that. And obviously how we know how Madison Square Garden is filled with Knicks fans and celebrity fans and stars all around. So just taking the home team for the first half -2, I think that's a good play for you. Those are always 2 plays. Going back to mine, it's a little different here. Real Madrid winner draw, get that in sooner rather than later. That game starts at about noon Pacific time, so obviously get that in soon. And then obviously the Tigers first 5 money line, that is for game 2. We don't have odds that right now, obviously with the lineups and everything. That is for game 2 of the doubleheader. So just peep for game 1, see when that game is. Maybe get around the 5th, 6th inning. Maybe lock in that Tigers first 5 money line for game 2. Obviously, you can find all of these plays on our Twitter below AKP Sports Talk. We will have our full card and video posted momentarily, of course, but that's going to do it for this episode. Tomorrow, obviously the beginning of May, and obviously the return of the Nerfy stream. Yes, we're going to come back. We will have a Nerfy chosen. Obviously, with many games starting in the morning, we're going to have a Nerfy chosen. We're going to have a stream, and hopefully we'll have a winner this time. Obviously, with my streak unfortunately ending over the weekend, and Ari just unfortunately with some unfortunate streaks of himself with the Nerfy. We're going to hope for a new month.
You still have the Nerfy live for the live streams, yeah?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we're 3-0 on the we're 3-0 in the Nerfy Labs. We're hoping to make that 4-0 tomorrow. Obviously, new month, new bankroll, new fun stuff. But that's gonna do it for this episode. That's Ari. I'm Korea. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.